Welcome to GiveTech Solutions. So this is the beginner's guide to our GTS OS point of sale system, which is basically built on top of the open source point of sale system that already exists. And so there's this software called the open source point of sale system. So for those of you who have seen our first introduction video, you know what it is. So let's look at the open source point of sale system. So this is the open source point of sale system, right? So it have a lot of features, and some of the features that you can get with the open source point of sale feature is stock management. We have the tax customers multi-tier taxation. We have the sales register. We have quotation and invoicing, expenses login, cash up function, printing and emails of receipt, invoice and quotations, barcode generations and printing, database for customers and suppliers, multi-user with permission control, reporting on sales, orders, expenses, inventory status, and more. We have the receiving, gift cards, rewards, restaurant tables, messaging, which is the SMS, and then multi-language, selectable bootstrap base UI teams with Bootwatch. We have the MailChimp integrations and optional Google reCAPTCHA to protect login pages from brutal attacks. So basically, this is the open source point of sale system. Okay, so for those of you who want to see the demo, this is how the open source point of sale system looks like, and this is the GTS OS point of sale system. This is how it looks like. So it's like it's the same point of sale system, but there's a catch. Okay, so I'm going to take you through the features that exist in our system, the feature that exists in the open source point of sale system, and the changes that have been implemented by us targeting Ghanaian businesses so that it makes adoption for this particular point of sale system very easy for these businesses. So first of all, let me log into the original open source point of sale system. So I'm going to log in. So this is how the original point of sale system looks like. Okay, with all the features I've already indicated, which can be found on their page or their website, which is this particular features right here. Now, when you come to the GTS OS POS, it also looks like this. So let me log in. So it also looks like this. So you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Even the menu is different, right? The menu is different from the open source point of sale system. So they are quite different in terms of the looks, in terms of the features, right? But ours is built on top of the open source point of sale system. So it's just the same point of sales, but ours include customizations that is targeting Ghanaian businesses or any business that might need the features we've included in our customized one. So let's go through the original software easily. So we have the customized items, the item kits, suppliers, reports, receiving, sales, gift cards, messaging, expenses, cash up, and then office. And when you go to the office, you are also going to see employees, attributes, expenses, category, and then configuration. So this is how the original software looks like. Now let me take you to the GiveTech Solutions one that we've customized. Okay, so this is the GiveTech Solution one. So you realize that we also have the office, we have the branch transfer, receiving, sales, we have the item kits and gift card, we have the customer suppliers, we have reporting, expenses, cash up, and the messenger. And then when you come to the office, you also have the home. You have the operation, which is basically the transfer, receiving, and sales presented here as well. The attributes, the employees. Then you have the finance, which is the tax, and then expenses category. And then we have the configuration as well, right? So this is basically what we have. And then the original one, you don't have the method, the payment method here. You don't have the payment method here, okay? But we have made it easy for you to add different payment method to your system. And then we also have the database backup options. You can restore or backup your database from the system, so that in case of anything, you can restore your POS back. So all these have been integrated into our system, which is not previously in the original open source point of sale system. And so that is that. So we have all these features and more within our customized GTS POS point of sale system. So anybody that need a simple, easy to use, very friendly, user friendly point of sale system, kindly pick our numbers on the screen and call us, and let's give you. If you are also a client who is already using it, this particular videos or series of videos we are going to do is going to help you easily adopt and use this point of sale system at your end. So on the interface side, we have the transfer page, where you can actually transfer from one branch to another branch, and then search the item. So if you search the item, it comes, then you can add the item to your transfer item list. So you can add multiple items, not just one. You can add multiple items, and then enter the quantity. If the product is selling in carton or in pieces, you can select, enter the quantity of product you are transferring from one branch to another, and then you just complete your transfer, which is very easy to use. So you're able to move product from one branch to the other. We will be going much detail into all these things, and then we will be doing example transactions on the system. Then we also have the receiving. So the receiving side also allow you to receive product within a specific branch. So you can select a branch and then search for a product, and then you can add and then put in the cost, the purchase cost, and then the quantity of items. If they come in carton or in pieces, you can enter them, and then you can set batch numbers so that you know each batch, and then expire date for the particular product you are receiving to your shop or to your warehouse. It's easy like that. Afterward, you can add suppliers or search for existing suppliers and use those existing suppliers. Okay, so it's really easy to use. And then we also have the daily receiving, where you'll be able to view all the receiving transactions you've entered into the system, which is very easy. We also have the sales side. So on the sales side, you can search for a product. It's just like the receiving side, but for sales, right? So you enter it, and then it tells you the stock left depending on the branch. Okay, and then you can also sell with wholesale pricing, or you can sell with retail pricing. And once you select whether wholesale or retail, the price here automatically adjusts. And then if the product comes in carton and then in pieces at the same time, it's able to calculate the price per piece using the price for carton, so that you don't worry yourself doing all that calculations again. And so you are able to sell, let's say, 4 cartons, 10 pieces. Okay, and so that is one of the features we've included into the system that allow you to easily get the information captured easily within the point of sale system. And all this is calculated, and so you can now receive payment from customers. So you can also search for customers from this side. You add your customer, and then the payment types that you are using, right? So if they are buying it on credit, you can select credits, and then you can select due day for the day you are expecting them to pay back your money to you, and then you can add the payment to it, and then it's recorded as credits. Or you can also record it with any of the payment method, be it cash, be it MoMo, be it bank transfer, all that. So when it's MoMo, you also have the option to enter the bank account or the MoMo account number the amount is being paid to, so that during your reporting you can cross-check and make sure that that amount is actually there. Okay, and you see, mostly you are also able to see the total amount of transactions or purchase done by the customer, and then if they own, you are able to also see whether they are owing or not from here. And so if you are selling to a customer and the customer is owing, you can decide not to sell to them and tell them to pay what they are owing you in that regard. So that feature is also included in this particular point of sale system. The next thing that we'll be looking at is the item side. So we also have the item side where you are able to see and add products to your system. So if I want to add products, you will realize that I can actually add the product name, and then I can also add the category if it's not there. So you just click on this one, enter the new category here, and then when you click on submit, the new category is going to register. And next time when you come, you see it at the drop down side here. You also have the attribute which is added at the office back end side, and then you can select whether the product is a stock or it's a service product. So the non-stocked product are service product, like let's say repairs, let's say charge of services, training, whatever. You can still capture them and then record them from here. Then you can select the supplier for which who is going to supply you the products. Okay, if you are going to supply from multiple suppliers, you don't need to select suppliers when you're adding products. You can leave it like that. And then you come here, you are able to enter the price for wholesale and the price for retail, and then your tax that you want to charge. Okay, and then you can also indicate the carton quantity and the pieces quantity if the product come with both quantities. Now let's say my product is not in carton. When you come down right here, you are going to see in pieces. So this means that this particular product, I'm going to sell it in pieces. So if in pieces is selected, I will only fill the pieces side and not the carton side if I have already stocks that I want to enter once I'm registering a new product. If not, you have to come here and pick the type of products package. So you can say in packs, and then you enter the number of packs here. So that is the number of pieces in the pack. And then you can also do boxes, and the number of pieces in the box, you enter it here. That is going to allow the system to be able to calculate the pieces price based on the carton price you enter here. So when you are selling, you don't have to be using calculator to calculate all those information. The system is going to do it for you. It's as simple as that. And then once you enter a product, you can equally adjust inventory. So let's say I enter a product 88, and then I realize that no, it's supposed to be 80. I can come here and then minus 8, and then once I submit it, it's gonna subtract from this quantity. So you can do manual adjustment on your stock quantity, just to make sure that it tallies with whatever you are doing in case there's an error in the entries. And then there's also the inventory count that allow you to count the inflow and outflow of products that you are receiving, or a particular product that you are receiving in stock. And then you can also switch them according to the branches that you have. Okay, so that is also that. And then we have the expire batches and expire date tracking. Now here, if you add expire date to a product, you are able to see them from here. Here is because I have not added any new batch products, so you are not seeing this. But if you add any new batch product, you are able to track each of the products received, and then the date you receive it, and that allows you to separate expire dates of product received, because you can receive a product today, the expire date will be maybe next month, and then you can maybe tomorrow you see another product, and that product is going to expire like 4 months later. So they are all going to have a different expire date, even though they are the same product. So the batch and the expire date tracking allow you to track them, and to also categorize your product in your warehouse into batches, so that you know which batch is nearing expiration, so you can sell them out fast, or if it's already expired, you can take them out and continue to do your business. Then apart from that, we also have the item kits. So the item kits is basically where we are able to sell multiple products as a collective product or as one product. So let's say you are a boutique owner, and then you are selling JC boots, shorts, and some other sportswear. So you can say, okay, the JC plus the shorts plus the boots, you are bundle it as one package, and you are putting a price on it, maybe a discounted price, so you want to sell at that price. So you see that you select all the product from here. So let's say I select the product here, I enter in the name of the kits that I want to So I can select another product, let's say something like this, right? And enter the quantity of the product you want to sell. And then once you are done, you enter a percentage or a fixed discount that you want to reduce on the product. Okay, once you do this, the system is going to bundle this particular product as one product and sell them based on the discounted price you've given on it. And so this is also another feature we've added into the system. This is already in the old one, right? It's also already in the old system. That's the original point of sale system, the open source point of sale system. And so that is that for the kits side. And then we have the gift cards. So it's mostly during Christmas festive periods, you might want to reward your customers, right? Give them some gift cards with certain discount percentages or fixed amount reduction, so they can come and shop at your place, and then they get those discounts. They enjoy those gift cards. And so you can also create your own gift cards and then put in some amount, and then the customers will be able to use. You can give it to a specific customer, so that only that customer can come and use it to claim, maybe use it when they are buying product from your shop. So the gift card is also there. And then we also have the customer side. Now, under the customer side, we have the total amount spent so far by the customer, and then how much they are owing you on credits if you've sold product to them on credit, and then how much of that credit they've paid. Okay, now if you want to take a credit owed you by a customer, all you need to do is click on this particular button here, and then you are able to receive the payment right here. And then the payment method used for the payment, you can also enter it, and then you record it, as simple as that. And then you can edit the customers with this button. You can equally add new customer from here. You fill in their information, and then you have the customers recorded into your system. The same way we can have our suppliers, or we have our suppliers side. So the supplier side also shows the total purchase we purchased from the supplier, the amount of money we are owing the supplier, and how much we've paid. Okay, and so similar to the customer, you click here, you can record payment to customers and select the payment method, and then you submit. And as simple as that, you've received or paid money to customers or suppliers. That is one side. And then we also have the financial side, where we have the reports. And so there's a lot of reports that we generate with the system. And so when you, for instance, if I come to the transaction side, I can select duration, specific date, a lot. There's different way, a year report and all that. So let's say 30 days report. I click on this one right here, and I have the report. Now you realize that I was able to generate the report for all the branches together. Similarly, if you go back, you can select a specific branch, okay, and then just do the report for that particular branch. So let's try that. Okay, so when I come here, this is the branches. So I can select the branch that I want to generate the report for, and generate a report for only that branch. So that is also another feature we have in our customized open source point of sale system. Then we have the expenses side, where you enter all your expenses, including transportation, electricity bills, etc., etc. And then we have the message side, where you can send bulk SMS to your customers, like New Year messages, Christmas message, holiday messages, discount, promotion, a lot of other communication, including advertisements. And then when we get to the office, right, you can add attributes. Basically, the attributes are features of items or products. Okay, so we can have an attribute like maybe color or color, size, etc. So when you have that, you can do it a drop down, and then you can list all the attributes that you want to do. Okay, and then you add them right here. So I can add, maybe if it's a size, so let's say size, I can add 1 kg. Click on this and then add the next one, so 2 kg. So I'll be able to use this particular sizes at the item side if I'm adding item. So that is the attribute size. So it could also be colors. So you can say black, blue, red, list them so that you can attach them to a particular product. And then we have the employee side. So this is where you add your employee, and it's similar to the open source point of sale system interface. So you add the employee details, the login information, and then finally you select the permissions you want to give, the things the employee can do on the system. If the employees are working at a specific branch, you can decide to select only those branches for the employee to be able to have access to and use the point of sales in terms of that particular branch. And so we also have that feature right here that you can also use from the system. And then finally, we have the tax, where you can enter your tax, the jurisdictions of the tax categories, the tax rate, all that. So you can use it within the system to collect tax and then pay government. And then we also have the expenses category, where you add all the categories for your expenses so that you can reflect. For instance, you can have category like transportation, you can have a category like fuel, utilities, rent. So you can have different categories, and then you record your expenses based on the category. And then we have the configuration page, where you set your the name for your organization, you upload your logo, your location, phone numbers, return policy. We also have a lot. You have a lot of customization that you can actually do for your system. So we also have the tax also appearing here right now. We have the localization, where you can change the currency signs, and then we also have the barcode settings. We have the branches settings, the receipt design, the invoice, how you want the invoice to appear, and then we also have rewards. You have the tables, whether you want to. So basically, the tables are for restaurants. Okay, so you can add this, and can even be used in stores. So let's say you are delivering to the person or take away. All these options are there. We have the payment method, and then we have the setup configuration right here. And so these are the entire features of the point of sale system that we've upgraded. Okay, so this is the open source point of sale system we've customized, and it can be used by any organization, including wholesale, retail shops, pharmacies, and many more. Now, this is just an introduction video. We'll be doing specific videos with samples, right, for each of the features we've talked about in this particular video. And so if you are interested in getting this point of sale system based on the features that we've talked about, kindly call the number on the screen, hit us, or you can even DM us on all our social media platforms, or you can visit www.gifttechsolutions.com. Talk to us, and then we will get you started with this point of sale system, which is easy to use, very, very easy to use, and then you'll be able to digitalize your business sales, and then make sure you're able to track your inventory, your returns, etc., etc. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm hoping to see you in my next video, where I'll be diving deep into the specific features of this particular point of sale system. See you next time.